What's up, kiddos? I'm gonna re-record some of this stuff because my last videos were just crap, so we'll try to mess with that and editing and what have you. Well, let me tell you what's going on here. We got the pool all set up finally, got the concrete poured. When we first did this several years ago, we had this thing sitting on a deck because we're kind of sitting on a hill here and the ground's not real level. We did it right during the peak of COVID, and you couldn't find wood, you couldn't buy supplies, you couldn't even hardly make it in the store. If you look way over there, that's what's left of the deck. Tore it all up, got the concrete poured, got the pool set up. We used it last weekend. Let me tell you a little bit about the pool. I decided to go with the poly pool instead of the metal stock tank. One, these will last you forever. Two, they just don't rust, they don't corrode, they don't leak like the other ones. And here in Texas, when it's 105 degrees, that metal just reflects and heats up your pool. Now, I'm pretty lucky the way I have it set up. I have the morning sun that kind of heats up the pool, and then about 3 o'clock we're pretty much in the shade. So my pool doesn't run 80-85 degrees during the peak of summer. So that's another advantage I like of the poly. We did a little decorations on it, kind of make it less kiddie pool looking, or you just kind of have fun with it and make it look like a kid pool, you know. I'm not saying anything bad about the metal ones. They're pretty and they're neat, but you know, this is just the direction that we went on it. So okay, kids, what we got here is I bought these bongs down at Tractor Supply. There's a lot of different ways you can do this. Like I said, when we were building this, it was during COVID, and you couldn't find pull parts, you couldn't find nothing. So, came up with a way. It's in the way everybody does it, so maybe you're having issues finding parts. This is the way we did it. You can see these bongs from Tractor Supply. A few fittings in the same place, and you're good to go. Okay, on these bongs, this one's my outlet. And the way the day I do this, you can do it different ways. I just run a 90 in there, because water's going to be coming out. I can adjust this any way I want. If I want it to circle around the pool, circulate the water that way, that's fine. Heck, I can even point it straight up and have a waterfall if I wanted to. I'm not worried about this part leaking because the water comes in and goes in the pool. So a leak there is not going to matter. This is my inlet. I've modified this inlet. The first year we had this, I just ran like a shower drain over the top of it so it wouldn't pick anything up. Since then, I've bought boxes of pull parts I've found off Facebook Marketplace and garage sales, stuff like that, whatever. And I modified me a new screen. There's a shower drain, it worked. Didn't look the best. It's kind of jinky, but it worked. So, where I hook up my pump, I'm on the inside. I just pulled these out a little bit ago, cleaned them up just a little bit. What I'll do is I'll take a dab of silicone, how about it? You can use, I've tried Teflon tape and stuff to get these to not leak. This is the best way I've found, probably not the right way. But I'm more into, does it work? And I'm going to do it. I'll just coat the threads with silicone. Do that in until it gets good and tight. And then I will coat around it. And thick bead over there. The disadvantage of using this type of bung compared to what some other people do with the Inflex actual pull part is I do not have a shut off to my pump. So if I have a leak, I have to get kind of creative on how to keep the water in the pool. I've done this 3 or 4 years now, and I've kind of figured out the best way that works for me to do things, and I don't have that kind of thing. If I do, it's a slow leak. I'm not overly concerned about a slow leak. There's going to be more water evaporate out of my pool than leak out of it with a slow leak. Now if you're sitting on a deck or something like that where you have wood underneath you, you might be concerned about the water leaking on the wood, but again, you're in a pool, kids are going to splash around, make a mess, that wood's going to get wet no matter what. So a small leak I can live with. Big one, no, not so good. So we got our return, our inlet lines in and our return lines out, and we're going to let that silicone set up, and then we'll install it. Like I said, my other videos, my audio was all screwed up. You can see I have my inlet filter, or inlet down here, and my outlet over here on these bungs. And I had said earlier that I can kind of take this, I leave it loose so I can give the water a little bit more swirl, or I can point it down and kind of get some of the debris off the bottom of the pool and get it swirling around. Also, I wanted a way to kind of protect these from people sitting on these or whatever and not hitting them with their toes. So I built this little overhang. They're kind of tucked up underneath. This kind of keeps them out of the way. We got Howard floating around. We can talk about chemicals later. Now here on the back side, you can see where my bungs are. These are just 90-degree barb fittings, siliconed up. I got my pump making a lot of noise right now. I don't know if it's going to last all summer. I've got a spare lined up in case something goes bad. Okay, so as you can see, we got the pump all plumbed in and working. I didn't give you a lot of sound because I realized my sound has been screwed up on this whole video, and I don't feel like going back and changing it now. So we will let this all set up overnight, and we'll start to fill it up probably tomorrow. It's supposed to rain, I don't know. We'll see what the weather does. Leak check it. If we're good to go, party time.